Nobody wants to watch this Erin Blanchfield versus Macy Barber card. Nobody. But these fighters on this card are not doing it any favors. They're not. One of the main fighters on the main card, Macy Barber, on the main event, Macy Barber, came in 0.5 pounds over, which is an issue. This is not a championship bout. So, you're in the 125-pound division. They let you fight at 126. They gave you a pound. When somebody gives you an inch, you have to take a mile, ladies, right? Like, are we being for real? Are we being for real? But anyways, Macy Barber's obviously competing at 125. She came in at 126.5, so 0.5 over, which means Macy Barber has to forfeit 20% of her purse to Erin Blanchfield. Got to give that bag up. And the fight's going to proceed at a catchweight bout. But now, Macy Barber, we're just a little confused because you have a history of pulling out of fights. You pulled out on a prior fight against Erin Blanchfield at UFC 269 in 2021. So hey, I'm proud of you that you made it, even though you had to give up that bag a little bit. But come on, ladies. Let's get this right. But these are not the only women that are messing up the card. There's other ladies and there's other men that are messing up this card also. First of all, the bout between Andreas Gustafsson and Trevin Giles is over. Andreas Gustafsson is going to have to be fighting, where is it? He's going to be fighting Chaos Williams. Because Trevin Giles, while he was cutting weight, fell on the floor and hit his head.
My opponent pulled out this.
Hold on, boys. Way too loud.
Morning. Apparently he fell during the weight cut and hit his head. It sucks. I am ready. I'm on weight. I have prepared for this. And yeah, of course it sucks. Really bad. But we have faith. We hope they can find a replacement soon. So,
listen, Andreas Gustafsson, this was my boy's debut in the UFC. This little goblin of a man. This was his debut in the UFC, and Trevin Giles had to pull out. I had my boy Andreas Gustafsson. I'm pretty sure. I have to run it back, but I think I had Andreas Gustafsson. Trevin Giles had 5 KOs, 5 subs for a finish rate of 63%. I have my notes up right here. You know, I'm so professional. You already know. But this bout against Chaos Williams, I don't know. Chaos Williams is kind of a dog. But we're still going to go with Andreas Gustafsson. Okay? Chaos Williams taking this on short notice. Andreas Gustafsson's locked in. He was ready for Trevor Peek. This is a brawler. It's kind of the same difference. You see what I'm saying? Now, even though Trevor Peek cracked his head open and couldn't make the fight. This fight card is just absolutely cursed, by the way. Another person is overweight. Alan Namasito. Namasito came in 1.5 pounds over, right? And the issue is, as you see right here, he's pulled out of his last 4 fights. His last 4 bouts. Namasito's facing Rafael Falijo in a flyweight bout, and obviously that's at 125. My boy weighed in at 127.5. 127.5. He's going to be forfeiting a percentage of his purse, right? But it's not specified. It's probably going to be like 40%, 20%, some shit like that. But what is going on? Now, this fight, the Namasito-Fijo fight, was previously canceled on the Tybor versus Spivak 2 card in August of 2024 because of Namasito's illness. They're like, listen, Namasito, you can't keep ducking squabbles, bro. You can't keep ducking squabbles. You know? Like, can we figure this out? Can we figure this out for you? Now, another issue. Macy Chasian, woman fight, versus Kathleen Vieira, right? Now this is at a catchweight bout. Well, it's at featherweight. Somebody had an issue cutting down to 135. Now, the person who had the issue cutting down to 135 is Vieira. Macy woke up at 138 with 5 hours still on the scale. Caitlin Vieira. That's like 4 people, bro. Macy Barber's off weight. This dude's off. Oh, that's 3. I have trouble counting, boys, okay? 3 people are off weight. One fight is scheduled at a catch. Like all the fights are at catchweight bouts, if we're being for real, except for the main event. And somebody fell in the backstage and cracked their head open against somebody who's debuting. Now this debuting guy has to fight Chaos Williams. Talking about Chaos Williams, this whole card is fucking chaos. It's literally chaos. We have Billy Ray Goff with his cornrows on. You know what I'm saying? It's just honestly getting a little crazy. So since we have all of the different changes to the card, we're going to be doing an updated picks list for this card. So I have my notes up. So first fight of the night, we're skipping the women's card. Like, come on, you can't really expect that from me, for real. So first fight for me, anyways, is Bull J Aki versus Michael Aswell. Nothing really changes here. We're gonna go Aki. Okay, Aki is 9-2. Marquez is 10-1. Nobody's testing Marquez's ground game, and OK has a massive reach advantage. So we're gonna go Aki. You know, you can't. You know, like, come on. Moving forward. Obviously, Trevin Giles is not gonna be squabbling up. He's out of here. Andreas Gustafsson is going against Chaos Williams. We're still going to be going with Andreas Gustafsson. This is my boy's first time. Well, not his first time. This is his first time. I'm an idiot, bro. This is Andreas Gustafsson's first time in the UFC. He's making his debut. There's a bunch of fights that are missing. Not a bunch of fights. One fight. Kurt Hollowblow versus Jordan Levitt is missing from here. I literally have it in my notes. I can show you guys my notes. Zero cap. Fight 2, Kurt Hollowblow versus Jordan Levitt. Hey, see, I'm working. E-Rock's working over here, boys. So, oh wow, they just moved it up. They're like, listen, Andreas Gustafsson, you're fighting Chaos Williams. We're gonna boot you down a little bit. This doesn't really change for me either. Pretty sure we're gonna be going with Jordan. You know, Kurt's kind of an old fart. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, boys. Rafael Falijo versus Alan Namasito. We're going Rafael Falijo. I know a dude who looks like this. His name's Alejandro. Okay? We're going with my boy Alejandro right here, for sure. This dude is just like, he's pulled out of his last 4 UFC fights. He's kind of all over the place. He's missing weight. Now at a catchweight bout. Whatever. Moving on, boys. Zachary Reese versus Dusko Tordo? I don't know how to say bro's name if we're being for real. But Reese got slept by Cody Brundage in his first ever UFC fight. And he's 2-2 in the UFC. His chin's a little shaky. And he's coming off of a KO loss. Tordo just went to decision with RoboCop. I think Tordo beats anybody. If you went to decision with RoboCop, that animal, you have squabble potential. I think you got this going, Tordo. Let's go. And you look like Sneeko. You just look like a way bigger Sneeko. You know what oh my god. Thank you. Do not bet on women's fights, you already know. We got Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. Did they take Oban? And they took Oban Elliott off the card. And they took, how did I forget that they took Oban, the Welsh gangster, off the card? Oh my god. Why the fuck would you take the Welsh gangster off the card? That was the only thing selling it for me. That was the only reason why I was like, listen, we're gonna make a picks video a week early. Oban Elliott's on here. We gotta get our research done. Right? But anyways, They gave Oban Elliott's, opponent to Billy Ray Goff. Now, Billy Ray Goff is still a savage. He's still a savage. Ramiz is coming off of a first-round knockout. That's kind of all you need to hear. We're not betting on somebody who just got knocked the fuck out. Billy Ray Goff, you got the cornrows in. You're going to dust my boy up. Moving on. Marticios Gamrot versus Ludwig Klein. Nothing changes here. We're going Marticios Gamrot all day. Ludwig Klein is a savage. He's beating a who's who in the UFC. My boy beat AJ Cunningham. My boy beat Bahamondes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's kind of all you need to hear. Bahamondes and AJ Cunningham are lethal. They're lethal. This is going to be a good fight. But we're going with Marticios Gamrot. He beat the brakes off of Arman Tsarukyan. Beat the brakes off of Arman. He didn't even look like a real fighter. No, that was a really close fight. I'm just talking shit. I don't like Arman, so I'm talking shit. But Gamrot, you're going to pull this out the bag for sure. And who cares about this main event? Anyways, boys, take us to next week.